few years ago, I stood in a boardroom full of executives, people who move billions of dollars before breakfast, and I couldn't shrink. I didn't fidget. I held my head up high, spoke clearly, and watched their faces shift from polite boredom to genuine respect. That moment wasn't luck, it was the result of something I learned far too late in life. Self esteem is the most powerful force any of us will ever own. And I wish someone had told me sooner. I wish I hadn't spent decades letting empathy, beautiful, generous empathy, chip away at me until I felt hollow. So today, I'm going to tell you what I wish I'd heard when I was younger. And if you're a deep feeler, a natural giver, someone who absorbs other people's pain like it's your own, this is for you. So let me start with my story. I've raised kids who feel everything deeply. My daughter, especially, she's the kind of person who notices when a stranger looks tired, who apologizes for things that aren't her fault, who lets people off the hook again and again because she cares so much. Does that sound familiar? I can relate. That's the gift we empaths carry. It's why people trust us, why friends call us at 2 a.m, why the world feels a little softer that we're in it, that we're in their lives. But here's the shadow side that nobody really talks about enough. Empathy without strong self-esteem is a double-edged sword. It cuts both ways. It lets you see the world with heartbreaking clarity, and it lets the world wound you over and over again. I've lived that. I've excused behaviors I never should have tolerated. I've stayed too long in rooms where I was shrinking. I've carried over people's sadness until it became my own chronic ache. And every time I told myself it was noble, it was kind, it was who I was. I'm an empath until I cracked. And then I finally understood you already have enough empathy for the entire planet. You don't need more. What you need, what we all need, is armor made of self-esteem and deliberate self-care. Without it, empathy doesn't elevate you, it erodes you. Think about it. High self-esteem isn't arrogance. It's quiet certainty. It's knowing your worth isn't negotiable. It's the inner voice that says, I matter too, even when nobody or everybody else is loud. When you have that, empathy becomes a strength instead of a liability. You can listen deeply without drowning. You can give generously without emptying yourself. You can stand tall in any room, billionaires or not, because your foundation isn't built on approval. It's built on self-respect. And I learned this the hard way. Years of mistakes, tears, stupid choices, and regret. I've suffered enough for both of us. And my kids don't have to repeat my path. Neither do you. So here's the simple, life-changing truth that I want you to carry from this video. Protect your empathy by protecting yourself first. How do you do it? You start small. Tune out the noise, the critics, the doubters, the endless chatter trying to pull you down. Focus inward. Ask yourself every day, what do I need right now? What boundary do I need to set up? Do I need rest? A kind word from my own mouth to myself? Give it to yourself, no apologies. Remember, self-care isn't selfish for people like us, especially like us. It's survival. It's the only way to keep giving without breaking. And when that old fear creeps in, if I put myself first, I'll become cold, arrogant. Look at the evidence. The most compassionate people I know aren't the ones who bleed for everybody. They're the ones who've learned to fill their own cup first so it never dries out. And I stand here today not because I'm perfect, far from it. I stand here because I finally chose myself. And in doing so, I became stronger for the people I love. And you can do the same. You start today. Harness that beautiful empathy you were born with, wrap it in unbreakable self-esteem, and then watch how the world changes when you stop shrinking and start standing tall. Because the truth is, the most powerful thing you'll ever own isn't money, status, or even kindness alone. It's you, whole, steady, and unapologetically worthy. I won't go into this in this video, but becoming a dark empath is what happens when you put yourself last and neglect yourself while you're going through hard trials and hard situations. It's what happens when you let that narcissist, that gaslighter, consume your empathy. The empathy will turn dark and you'll end up playing their games to win. And when an empath becomes a dark empath, some of us don't, some of us are not able to crawl out of that hole. I have. I often call myself a redeemed dark empath. I'll share that for another story.